Welcome to my art channel, Foxes. This week we're going to be making a haunted house, like miniature, out of cereal boxes is what I'm using for most of it. And so here's the sides of the house and the front and back part. I am using hot glue for pretty much everything that I'm going together on this. I'm just kind of doing a basic sketch out of like where the windows and the doors and things are going to go right now. And I changed my mind about the size of that extra kind of towery room thing. This is going to be like a Victorian style house. And now I'm just using a knife to kind of cut the pieces out, and if you're doing this, be very careful. And these are milk jug pieces that I cut out to use for the windows, and I will hot glue them on the inside. Now I'm working on gluing on pieces for the roof. And this is how it's looking so far. Now I'm using a ruler to mark out on this piece of cardboard from the cereal box to make small strips. These are about like 1/2 centimeters that I'm going to use for the siding on the house. And I'm just going to overlap them and glue them with hot glue all the way up the sides. So for the back, I'm just going to use these strips that are a little bit bigger and just glue them on off camera because you're not going to see that part anyway. So, and these are the shingles that I used the strips in. I just cut little individual shingles out, and I'm going to just glue them all onto the roof. So for this little like tower part, making the roof, I use these like trapezoid shapes to try to glue them together to make a roof to go on that, or at least like the part that sticks out, and then I'll build the roof on up above it. And these are for the roof part of the little tower thing. And then I'm going to glue some of the siding on there. Now I'm gluing some trim, which I also do fold one of them in half to do along the corners of the house. Now I'm trying to cut out the window frames for the more intricate shapes. Now I'm just going to decorate the door a little bit. Now I'm using Mod Podge mixed with black paint to seal everything. It'll help also keep things together a little better, and it's kind of a primer for the paint. Then I went in with black paint around all the windows and try to get in all the little details in there, the little inside parts. So all the trim is getting just a matte black. Then I mixed some red with black to go over the siding part. And then I did a mix of like red with purple and went over everything again just to give it some definition and kind of make it look a little more old. And then I dry brushed some gray over the door and on the black roof and everything, all the black things, all the trim and everything. I went over a little bit of dry brushing with the gray. And now I'm trying to cut out the balcony part from its foam board from the Dollar Tree. And I'm also cutting out strips for the brick foundation, which, as you'll see, once you cut it out, you want to pull the paper off of it. And then you can use something sharp and pointy, like this giant needle, and carve into it. I'm going to carve like a brick texture, like 3 rows of bricks is what I'm doing. And then I'm gluing the base for the porch on. And gluing all the brick foundation around the edges of the bottom of the house. And then I'm gluing in some thicker pieces of cardboard just to kind of stabilize it a little bit, make it a little more sturdy. And now I'm using some small strips to make wood flooring for the porch, and I do it for the balcony too. And now I'm going over all of that with the Mod Podge mixed with the black paint. And these are going to be the stairs. They're just some of the foam strips glued together. I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do the stairs, so I didn't do it on camera. And now I'm just painting the strips that I've glued under the windows. Some of the windows, I'm painting those black, and now I am painting the wood flooring with two different colors of brown. I go over it with a lighter brown, and then I go over it with a little bit of a darker brown. And then I'm using a black wash to go in through all the little cracks of the wood and like in between all the wood planks and everything, just so you can kind of see where they all are. And then for the pillars on the porch, I'm going to use these skewers with beads on them and paint them all black. And then I will glue the balcony on. And then I'm using these little tiny toothpicks as railing for around the balcony and the porch. And around some of the windows too. And I'm just going to paint them all black. And for the foundation, I'm going to go over it all with a gray so that it can especially get into all the little cracks to be kind of like the concrete or mortar that they use to put the bricks together. And then I'm going in with a red-purple mix that I made for each of the individual bricks on there. And then I'm going to go over that with a black wash just to make it look more old and dirty. And then I'm just going to glue on these stairs, and I'm going to go over all the black railing and all that with a little bit of a gray wash just to make it not look so flat. And here's the finished house. It's not super like Halloween-y yet, but like I'm going to make also a base Halloween Town type of thing that it's gonna go on, and I will show that in a video, and it'll have more Halloween like pumpkins and maybe some spider webs, different creatures and things to go around it to help it look more Halloween. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more art videos.